It's been days since Shakira Rucker disappeared. A missing person investigation is complicated. Police have named Rucker's estranged husband a person of interest in her disappearance.
The search is over for a missing mother of four. Investigators found the body of Shakira Rucker dead.
On the evening of November 11th, 2023, Shakira Rucker left her home in Winter Springs, Florida, around 7:30 p.m. She told her family she was going out to get food and would be back soon. It was a typical night, and there was nothing unusual about her plans. But as the night went on, Shakira never returned home. Calls and messages to her phone went unanswered, something that immediately raised concern among her loved ones. Shakira was known to stay in close contact with her family, especially her 4 children. It was unlike her to disappear without a word. At first, her family tried to rationalize the situation. Maybe she was delayed. Maybe her phone battery had died. But as the hours passed, their worry grew. By the following morning, when there was still no sign of her, their concern turned into fear. Her family reported her missing to the authorities. Given that she had no history of disappearing or cutting off communication, her case was taken seriously. Law enforcement launched a search effort spanning multiple counties, including Lake, Orange, Seminole, and Polk. Shakira's disappearance was shocking. She had no known enemies, no history of sudden absences, and no signs of distress before she left home that evening. But as investigators began retracing her last known movements, they uncovered a very important lead. The last confirmed sighting of Shakira was not in Winter Springs. It was nearly 50 miles away in Davenport, Florida. Surveillance footage placed her at a restaurant and retail store in the company of one person, her estranged husband, Corey Hill. Shakira Rucker was born in Winter Springs, Florida. At 37 years old, she was a mother, a sister, and a daughter, a woman whose life revolved around her 4 children. Those who knew Shakira described her as kind, hardworking, and deeply dedicated to her family. She was known for balancing her time between work, church, and raising her children. Shakira's relationship with Corey Hill had been complicated. They were estranged at the time of her disappearance, but details about their marriage and separation remained largely private. However, one fact stood out. Shakira had recently discovered that Corey Hill had been involved with another woman. The other woman had no idea that Corey was still married. Once she learned the truth, she ended the relationship. It's unclear what conversation, if any, Shakira had with Corey about this situation before she disappeared. What is known is that, despite their separation, she met with him on the night of November 11th. Whether this meeting was planned or if Shakira had other intentions that night, investigators were about to uncover a disturbing chain of events that would explain why she never made it back home. Shakira was seen on surveillance footage at a restaurant and retail store in the company of Corey Hill, her estranged husband. At 6:39 a.m. on November 12, 2023, just hours after Shakira Rucker was last seen, a vehicle matching Corey Hill's car was captured on surveillance footage entering a storage facility in Apopka, Florida. Security logs confirmed that Corey punched in his unit code to access his storage unit, which was registered in his name. 20 minutes later, at 6:50 a.m., he was seen leaving the unit, alone. Around the same time, at 6:45 a.m., Shakira's family received a text message from her phone, stating that she was on her way home. However, they were still unsure if Shakira sent these messages herself. At this point, investigators suspected something had gone terribly wrong. For nearly a week, police and Shakira's family searched across multiple counties, following every possible lead. But on November 18, 2023, a property manager at your storage units in Apopka reported something disturbing, a foul odor coming from Corey's storage unit. Deputies arrived and forced the unit open. Inside, they discovered a woman's lifeless body, hidden behind a tire. Based on the level of decomposition, she had likely been there for several days. 4 spent bullet casings were found near the body, with one tangled in her hair. Blood splatter covered the walls and floor, confirming the incident happened inside the unit. Multiple bullet holes were identified throughout the space. There were no signs of a struggle, suggesting the victim may have been caught off guard. After further examination, the victim was confirmed to be Shakira Rucker. Now, detectives needed to determine who was responsible, but the evidence already pointed to one person. By the time Shakira's body was discovered, Corey Hill was already in jail. On November 12th, just one day after Shakira Rucker was last seen alive, Corey Hill was arrested, but not for her disappearance. Instead, he was taken into custody for a separate violent incident involving his ex-girlfriend. According to investigators, Corey had allegedly fired multiple shots at his ex-partner and her family outside their home. After the attack, he broke a window and forced his way inside, searching for her while still armed. Witnesses later reported that, at one point, he pointed a weapon at a child and said, "Take me to your mommy." He was quickly apprehended and charged with 4 counts of attempted murder, burglary, and violation of a domestic violence injunction. At the time of his arrest, he made no mention of Shakira's disappearance, even though she had already been missing for over 24 hours. With Shakira Rucker's body found inside a storage unit registered to Corey Hill, authorities moved forward with formal charges. Given the forensic evidence, the surveillance footage, and Hill's history of violence, prosecutors believed they had a strong case. Corey was officially charged with a premeditated act against Shakira, as well as 4 counts of attempted harm related to the separate incident involving his ex-girlfriend. If convicted, he faced the most severe penalty possible under Florida law. However, the legal battle was far from straightforward. Corey's defense team filed motions to suppress key evidence, arguing that the search of the storage unit was conducted illegally. They claimed that since officers forced open the unit without a warrant, any evidence found inside should be inadmissible in court. This argument, known as the fruit of the poisonous tree doctrine, suggested that all evidence gathered from the unit, including Shakira's body, the spent casings, and the forensic findings, should be excluded from trial. Prosecutors strongly opposed this motion, arguing that the discovery of the body was inevitable, given that the property manager had already noticed a foul odor and possible remains before calling 911. The judge had yet to rule on whether the evidence would stand. While Corey Hill remained in custody without bail, Shakira's family attended the early court proceedings, demanding full accountability for what happened. As investigators worked to piece together the motive behind Shakira Rucker's tragic fate, several theories emerged based on the evidence, witness testimonies, and Corey Hill's past behavior. While the case against Corey is strong and we're all waiting for the trial to receive more information about what truly happened, the question remains, why did he do it? One of the strongest theories suggested that Shakira's discovery of Corey's secret life played a role in the events leading up to her death. According to court documents, Shakira had recently found out that Hill had been in a romantic relationship with another woman who had no idea that he was still married. When this information came to light, the other woman ended the relationship immediately. It remains unclear why Shakira agreed to meet with Corey that night, or whether the meeting was planned in advance. However, given the evidence, investigators believed it was possible that she confronted him about his cheating, and that the situation escalated. If Corey felt trapped, fearing that his lies would lead to consequences, like the loss of his kids, could this have been the trigger that set everything in motion? Another theory suggests that Shakira never left that storage unit alive once Corey brought her there. The forensic evidence at the scene, bullet holes in the walls, spent casings near her body, and no signs of a struggle, indicated that the act was likely premeditated rather than spontaneous. The fact that Corey entered the unit with her and left alone just 20 minutes later further strengthened this possibility. A third theory considers Corey's history of violence and past convictions. More than 30 years prior, Corey had been convicted of a violent act in Virginia, where he fired multiple rounds at an 18-year-old over a dispute. He had served 20 years in prison before being released, and now, decades later, his behavior followed a frighteningly similar pattern. His ability to hide this past from Shakira's family raised further concerns about whether his violent tendencies had ever truly disappeared. While authorities had no doubt that Hill was responsible, the exact motive behind his actions that night remained uncertain, and we will probably know more during the trial. What is clear, however, was that Shakira never stood a chance once she stepped into that storage unit with him. As of today, Corey Hill remains in custody, awaiting trial for the premeditated act against Shakira Rucker and the attempted harm of his ex-girlfriend and her family. If convicted, he faces the most severe penalty possible under Florida law. Shakira's family continues to seek justice in her name, attending court hearings and demanding that Corey be held fully accountable. Her children, now left without their mother, have received an outpouring of support from the community, with a fundraising campaign set up to help with their future.
The love and the support. Everybody cared about my sister and everybody cared about our family. To see the support and see everything from everybody is...
Her brother, Clarence Thornton, has spoken publicly about the pain of losing his sister, expressing frustration with the legal process, but vowing to continue the fight. The family has also raised concerns that police overlooked key information early on, as they had suspected Corey's involvement from the start. Meanwhile, the legal battle over whether the evidence found in the storage unit will be admissible in court remains ongoing. If the judge rules in favor of Corey's defense, it could complicate the prosecution's case significantly. Thank you for watching this video until the end. Please share your thoughts about this tragic story in the comments below. If you are new to the channel and like the content, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel for upcoming episodes. Your support is greatly appreciated. Until next time, I will see you on Urban Crime Stories.